From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar. And it's Game Face time with Coach Dave Campo, brought to our friends at Foodies Care. This time around, we've got an old friend. This guy, real old friend, I should say. One of my oldest friends. No, Pete Mitchell is here, the two-time consensus All-American college football tight end who should be in the College Hall of Fame if he isn't already. Joins us at the bar. Let's say hi to my man, Mitch. Maverick Peter.
Up,
hey, Mitch.
How are you, buddy?
How are you? Good to see you. Long time. You're looking nice and trim and shape.
I lost a few pounds.
Yeah, you did. It's good, though.
I'm
looking good. How's life treating you?
Everything is good.
Yeah?
Everything's good, yeah. Family's good. Work's good. Just traveling a lot with work.
Yeah, good. Good. We'll get into it. How you doing, Major? What's
good.
happening, brother?
Hey,
Coach,
man.
how are you?
Good.
You ever have to game plan against this guy at all, like college or pro?
Yeah, well, I remember him. I can't remember the exact game plan, but I know one thing. He was tough, I promise
He
you
was.
that.
Caught everything.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
No question.
Mitch, are you in the College Football Hall of Fame yet?
I am not.
Come on.
I was
get it.
nominated a couple times. But
Yeah, you're semi-finalist, right?
I think so, yeah. But then, Keekly and
Yeah.
Matty Ryan. So I think I'll be down the totem.
You're
pole now
coming.
for a
You're
while.
coming. Not too many two-time consensus All-Americans,
No question
Coach.
about it.
First team.
Yeah.
For 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I'm his PR guy.
Yeah, well,
That's
you
how
did well.
that's how I introduce him when we're out.
You need
know,
to hire him.
I do.
How about
There's a
it?
stipend.
What do you do today, Mitch? Tell the audience what you're into today.
So I work at a firm called Penn & Park. We're a small little boutique investment shop, and we do private credit.
Okay.
So it's mostly institutional. We manage money for pensions, endowments, foundations. But
And
we
then
do-
lend it out to what, middle market companies?
Middle
that
market
kind of-
companies, exactly.
Okay.
So a company like an HVAC or a landscaping company is getting purchased by a private equity firm.
Okay.
Private equity firm usually puts in like they're buying it for $100 million.
Equity, needs some
They
debt.
put $50 million, and then they borrow $50 from us.
Cool.
To enhance their returns.
Okay.
And so we're like a mortgage. We just loan the money.
Yep.
Get a nice coupon, and then we hope to get our money back at the end. So
Good.
it's pretty stable investing.
So endowments, like you go to Boston College, I'd
Try
imagine. Like,
endowments. Endowments are tough. They love private equity because the returns can
Right.
be 20, 30%. Ours are
Sure.
more kind of like low double digits, 10
Yep.
to 15.
Yep.
And it's funny to hear these guys say it, but it's not exciting enough for them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want it. So endowments are tough. But a lot of like
Okay.
police and fire pension funds.
Yep.
Unions, we do a lot of Teamsters. We
Yep.
do IBW, International Brotherhood.
So you got to do a lot of whining and dining. How you staying so thin with the whining and dining?
I stopped the whining. I slowed it down.
I slowed it down.
Instead of drinking a bottle, I drink a glass.
There you go.
The traveling probably does something to it
does,
as well, right?
Yeah,
It's hard.
absolutely.
It's really hard. We do a lot of entertaining, a lot of dinners,
Yeah.
so it is tough. I was at my playing weight for until maybe about 6 months ago, and then
Yeah.
I lost about 20,
Yeah.
25 pounds. I put a
yeah.
few of them back on during the holidays. So.
Yep, that happens for sure.
Yeah.
Do you look at the tight ends in today's game and think, damn, I wish they would have targeted the tight end a little bit more when I was playing?
I do, but then I meet these guys, and they're all like 6'8", like 280,
They're
right?
big dudes, yeah.
But I do. I mean, we joke about it all the time. You watch these games, and I'm like, how is Travis Kelce so open? How are these guys so open?
Yep.
And, when we played, I always joke when we played Pittsburgh all the time, I would literally have a wrestling match with Levon Kirkland for
Right.
15 yards down the field, right?
Right.
They can do anything to you.
That's right.
And now they can't touch these guys.
It's a whole different game now
It
with
is,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I would have loved to have played in this era where it's like 7-on-7 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Well, you were good at getting open. You caught the ball, and athletic to make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Kittle, you look at Kelsey, you look at Laporta.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some tight ends out there, man. They're like focal points of offenses.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, like, even last year's draft when the kid from Georgia, Bowers.
Yeah.
He was like, to me, he's like a top 5 pick because
Yep.
you said that kid you can design an offense around him like
Without
they
a
do
doubt.
with Kittle and
Yep.
these guys.
And really-
He is 6'6", that kid, or 6'7".
Yeah, well, they are. I mean, they all are.
Yeah, he's
And
big
even
too.
a guy like Ingram, those are the kind of tight ends that are that
beast
are really
mode.
doing now. You know, they're different.
Yeah, you didn't get many rub routes thrown your way, did you,
No,
Mitch?
no
Crossing
rubs.
routes where you're wide open.
Yeah, no rubs. I didn't none of these, these screens, these little
Right. You guys were mauled too, because we used to maul them. I mean, and the rule was if the ball wasn't in the air,
you could
could hit them all you wanted.
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, you
Absolutely.
could jack them, hit them, grab them, whatever. You know, and as long as that ball's not in the air, they wouldn't call anything.
Yeah,
Today,
I remember
big difference.
a quick story of this guy and his protege, Stephen Boyd.
Stephen
at DC.
Boyd,
we played. We do the 2-minute drill all the time, and these guys would literally just like it was a wrestling match. They would just maul us like crazy, and then Boyd will rip, he had some brace on, ripped my arm open. You started yelling at the DB coach Edsel. Ray Edsel. Oh, God, it was hilarious.
I only yelled at him a little bit, Coach.
Well, listen.
And he was on his team. He was on the defense, and he's yelling at his own coach.
Well, the team, that whole thing that you're talking about. I mean, we made a living with cover 2.
Yeah.
And you could reroute them. You didn't have to show it.
Right.
You know, you sit back there at 8-9 yards. One time you're going back. The next time you're jamming the guy.
Yeah.
And if you got a good pass rush, that was great. Well, now it's a little different. You have to be up in that press alignment or whatever, and it's not quite as effective.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't focus. I've never been in this position, but you go down the seam like tight ends do. The quarterback throws it over the linebacker's head, tries to drop it right in that bucket, and you got a safety. Especially back then, safety's coming to take your head right off.
You usually had an idea, like on your last look, like how far that safety was away. Whether one, you kind of knew whether you were going to get jacked or not, right? And you just focus. I always said it's going to hurt just as much if you drop it, right?
Yeah.
So let's catch the ball. It's going to hurt the safety.
That's right.
That's the
Good way to say,
mentality right there.
Yeah, you're going to get hurt anyway, right? So I'll tell you a funny story about Mitch. So Mitch gets traded for in 1995. He was not drafted. He was drafted by Miami. And then Coughlin traded for him.
Right.
So some of the guys, I'd been in since March, and they're like, what's Mitch like? What's he like? I'm like, oh, man, he's crazy. He's going to catch everything. You just watch. This kid catches everything. He's an awesome tight end. Well, first practice, he drops like his first 5 balls. And everyone's like, look. He's bringing national television. The reason why I bring it up is it's an interesting point.
Yeah.
So I finally was like, I'm yelling at him at practice. I'm like, Mitch, what are you doing? Like, he's like, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it turns out later, because Brunell was a lefty, the ball came in different.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a right-handed thrower, you never thought it would come in a little different. So it took adjustment to get used to it.
It was that, and like 12 hours earlier, I thought I'd never see Tom Coughlin again. And all of a sudden, 12 hours later, I'm sitting at his desk and thought I got away from the guy.
That's right.
Yeah, he loves the story too. But that was quite a 3-day. And Tom was fortunate enough, or I was fortunate enough for him to take me in as a roomie for a few days, which ended up being 3 years.
3 years. I remember, Mitch, we were renting a house near Sandalwood. We didn't know any better. This guy gave us a house. We were renting a house. All of a sudden, Mitch comes in. It was our day off or whatever. And he goes, Mac, we're moving to the beach. I'm like, all right, let's go. And we went out and found a spot. Ended up being roommates for 3 years. So many great times.
Isn't that
Especially when we were
unbelievable?
winning.
Isn't it unbelievable, though? That's what I miss about coaching is what you're talking about right now. The camaraderie. Guys are your lifelong friends forever, right? Even your high school guys, the guys you hang out with.
That's right.
And we're on a football team. It's unbelievable, really.
Oh, and we were young, too. I mean, we were having fun at night, and then we had like a 30-minute drive in, so we would flip the coin who had to drive and who got a chance to sleep.
Absolutely.
And then we'd on the whole ride in, we're like, there's no way we're doing it again tonight. We're not going out. The minute practice was over. Where we go?
Here we go.
There we go. We're going to do it all over.
The best is we did that for our rookie year. Definitely every night. I think we were out 5 nights a week. Coach Coughlin probably doesn't want to hear that. But then, 3 years later, we're looking at the rookies going out. I'm like, how do they do that? I need to be right by 9.
Yeah, right.
That's why I started drinking
11.
coffee.
Maybe 12. How you feel about the Jags today, Mitch? You keep a good eye on them, or
a little bit, not as much as I used to. But obviously last year, very frustrating year. I was very excited for Doug Peterson. He was actually a teammate of mine when I was drafted. By the
that's
Dolphins,
right. That's right. Yeah,
I got to know him a little bit back then. I thought he was going to be a great fit for the Jags.
We all did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I just it's just you know how it is, right? The snowball effect. Things start going south. And I always say, and this is from 30,000 foot view, that I think it was either the first or second game when Etienne fumbles through the end zone.
Yeah.
And then they score on the next play. I mean, that changed the season. Right?
Yeah.
He scores, they win the game. And I think they're either 2-0 or 2-1. And,
Yeah.
You know, just little things like that. And then it just snowballs.
It does, yeah, and you do the same things over and over and over again. You can't stop it. I like the change, though. You know, new reset, new fresh beginning, new beginning.
Yeah, I'm excited. I thought, you know, I think Shad was a little slow to do, in my personal opinion. Again, I'm not that in tune to it, but you know, it seemed like the word on the street for even when we hired Doug was that our GM was not well liked. He didn't know, people didn't like working with him, and for some reason Shad kept him again, which almost, you know, hindered our ability to get a good coach this time around. And fortunately, I think he did it. You know, a little late, but he did it, and so I'm excited. I've always thought a guy like Tony would be great in that role.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm from Detroit. I follow the Lions a lot. Spielman, you know, with Steve's our friend's kind of mentor, and I think that's just a great. You need somebody to be a buffer between the owner and the football people.
Without a doubt.
And especially with Shad, he's not like a Jerry Jones. He's not.
He's not a football guy. He's become one, but he hasn't.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. I mean, he doesn't live here, right? So like you need somebody that is kind of into the day to day and sort of can be that buffer. I think Tony's a great choice. You know, as we know, he's an opinionated guy. He's got his opinions. And, you know, hopefully they're right, and so we'll see. I mean, and the last time he did this was 17 with Tom.
Right.
And you know it worked.
Yeah, for a little bit.
We had Hacker from Hacker After Dark sit at the bar, and he made the same comment. He said, "Look, it's been since Tom that they've had a young coach in here, offensive-minded coach, young offensive-minded coach." Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
So I think I just think obviously that year was great. They had a great season, but Tom, you know. I think he had trouble not being the head coach and control everything.
Yeah, sure.
Know? So I think, but you need that position. You need that, you know, sort of that buffer.
Oh, I see what I missed that. You're talking about when he was
when he was
VP for the senior VP. You know,
back to the original Jaguars.
We go to the AFC Championship game again.
Right.
And he just, you know, then things happen and we
That's Jalen Ramsey. That was the whole.
It was part of it. It was
Fowler, right?
Fowler, and then the 9 guys that were in jail the day before the London game or something like that. He had to get him out of jail.
I thought like the biggest mistake that he made was getting rid of him, even though there were issues.
Agreed.
He was.
Well, one thing he's incredible is a talent evaluator. Coughlin's always known how to pick the right kind of player.
You heard me say that when I went to the one thing about Coach Coughlin, and I've told him this to his face. I went to the combine for 20-something years, 23 years. And one thing that stuck out to me was Tom was at the 10-yard line in the same seat for 23 years.
Timing guys.
So you talk about the work for the 40-yard, and I mean the guy that resonates.
Great. And he's able to, I think, you know, create an offense, especially because he's an offensive guy, to what he has, right? Like everywhere he's gone, he's succeeded quickly. You know, he's at BC with us. We were 4-7 or whatever,
and he was flexible. He was flexible enough with New York to win a Super Bowl. You know, the guy is a Hall of Fame guy.
No doubt. All right, so Mitch, as we wrap up, great college career, Jags, played in a Super Bowl with the Giants, had a long 9-year career in the NFL. Can you take us down memory lane? Got a favorite moment?
Yeah, I mean, I would say definitely one is the '96 year here, right? Even '95 was great here. I mean, we were, I think, 4-12.
4-12,
We were. It was as if we won the Super Bowl. I mean, we got treated so well.
It's a little bit like North Dallas 40. Too. It's kind of
fun. We had a good time.
It was fun.
I think our brothers actually had a better time than we did.
They did,
our
for
brothers
sure.
visited us a lot here.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, that was '96 was a great run. That end of that season was amazing. And even that, you know, I was here for the first 4. I left after 4, but that was just a great time here in Jacksonville. Going to the Super Bowl was amazing. You know, we got you know our butts handed to us, but just that whole process of getting there was exciting. So a lot of good memories. A lot of good memories. You know, you wish you could have done it. Wish I could have, you know, perfected my long snapping and got a few
You've
more
been
years
there
out
for
of it.
about 20 years.
That's right.
right.
So Mitch has 3 brothers. I have 2. And when we were roommates, they would come in, Wednesday night?
Yes. Yeah.
And we'd have to get up to go to practice. They'd be like, all right, guys, see you later. They'd be like lying around, going to the beach. We'd come home. They'd be like, all right, what are we doing? Like, what have you guys been doing? Nothing.
That's why we went out 5 nights a week.
That's right. We went out 5 nights a week. No doubt. All right, well, great to see you, my friend.
Great to be
All
here.
right, always great. Always great. Make sure you check out this conversation and thousands of others. You see a ton of profiles on there, too. We'll get Mitch's up there as well. Just go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Until next time, stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Cheers.
Foodies Care is a nonprofit organization here started in Jacksonville, Florida. Our mission is to support other nonprofits realize and carry out their missions. We're trying to simplify that process to have a local body that's here on the ground and says, listen, we're going to work with you, we're going to partner with you, we're going to give you the resources that you need to be able to do the work that is needed in this community.